beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for August 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details, and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for August 2022. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to your energy. And you should already be feeling that new moon energy in Leo, which occurred on the 28th of July. You'll feel that energy for the next couple of weeks. It's time to shine. It's time to stand out from the crowd and allow that inner light to come out. It is a time for self-care routines, but also a time for setting intentions, making wishes, and being fulfilled. Now, we do have some bumpy planetary alignment, so you may feel throughout the month that you're making leaps and bounds forward, but also it feels a little bit like 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, okay? So just so you can be aware of what's going on with the energy. The full moon is in Aquarius, and that's on the 12th of August. And that can be a little bit volatile as it involves a clash between the sun, which is all about ego, and of course Saturn, which is in retrograde, which is all about deconstruction. So people may push your buttons, my beautiful Virgo, maybe a little bit more of a frustrating time, but it's best to build that energy and uplift yourself and, you know, achieve and accomplish your goals rather than streamline it towards anger, of course. But just so you know why you may be feeling a little bit more frustrated than usual as you move throughout the month, okay? Now, August may feel like a bit of a firecracker month because we do have major influences between that passionate, fiery Mars and the electrifying and sometimes quite shocking Uranus. Together, these pair make quite a flammable match, okay? So shortly afterwards, we do have Mars clashing with Saturn as well, and that will put the pressure on. So all of us will be feeling a little bit pressurized as we move throughout the month. And you may feel like things get a little bit easier from the 17th of August though, because the planets do have a calmer effect round about then. From the 21st of August, Mercury brings in a much better mood. So we will all feel that we can breathe a little bit more easily, just so you're aware. Now, in particular, your 12th house is activated right at the beginning of the month. So already you should be feeling perhaps a little bit more sensitive than usual. Sometimes our fears can be amplified during this time as well. You may feel like withdrawing, or you've gone off grid a little bit, or you're keeping something to yourself, perhaps, you know, keeping not a secret per se, but you may be working hard in silence, or you may have some really good news that you're keeping to yourself at this time because that 12th house really promotes that kind of energy, okay? You'll definitely feel a little bit more philosophical than usual, wondering about your place in the world, how far you've come on your journey so far, where you're at right now, and where you want to go next, okay? So those will be your influences. Also, we have the 6th house of daily routines. So you'll be connecting to your work schedules, streamlining your energy, making sure you've got a little bit more me time going on there for you. Also healthcare routines, better diets, exercise, and you know, you'll be adhering to your duties, a little bit more administrative work, that sort of thing. The humdrum of life. I mean, just as I say administrative work, we get the Knave of Pentacles there, as you can see, doing a little bit of calculations, focusing on money, being practical, getting clear on, sorry, they just corrected me and they're right, the Knave of Chalices. So that's the Knave of Cups. So yeah, getting administrative on tasks that you love doing. So making lists and things that you actually, you know, want to do that you feel are enjoyable. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo, what else do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Now, it's interesting. We've got 9 of Swords and we got the 9 of Wands here. And it's covered there by the Wheel of Fortune. So you may have felt that things have been a little bit out of your control recently, or you've been feeling a little bit stuck in a rut, and it's making you feel a little bit anxious. Now, you will be releasing that energy in the month of August. Things will feel a little bit easier, but do remember that things tend to get a little bit pressurized in this particular month because of those planetary alignments. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. But I feel like you are setting goals, intentions, and achieving them. I see a lot of success here. I see stability. Interesting. My throat chakra closed up immediately as I said stability. Okay, so they want me to go 2 more in this position, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Okay. Yeah, I see a little bit more stability coming in for you, especially since we have the 9 of Cups here and the Temperance card, so things come back into a little bit of balance. But I feel this month in particular is all about sort of looking at things that make you have sleepless nights. Okay, I just feel that this is kind of something that you'll be looking at. If there's something you're worried about, you're releasing it in the month of August. I feel like you're finding a solution, and I feel you have a lot of clarity and you take control of the situation. So if you've been worrying about anything, I mean, the world right now is a very crazy place, and it seems to have amplified the craziness in the last like couple of years, right? So I feel like there's a lot of us humans collectively absorbing a lot of the energy that's going around, and it makes us feel a little bit of anxiety. But I feel like you are shifting things around to find a solution, and I feel like you're actually putting yourself in a really good position in August. Okay, but let's get straight to your energy. That's probably because of your 6th house of daily routines being activated. You know, you're strategizing, you know, streamlining your energy, making yourself a little bit more time efficient. Even if you're not working and you're thinking about traveling or you're on vacation, I feel like your supercomputer of a brain is still working out strategies to put yourself in a really great position. Okay, you leave the end of the month with a lot of hope, a lot of excitement, and most importantly, control over your situation. So we've got the World card here. This is your protagonist energy. You're entering into a new cycle. And this is a card of like accomplishment, setting a goal, concentrating on something that you want to achieve, okay? So you may be setting yourself personal goals. Doesn't always have to be work goals. It can be personal goals that you're setting, like exercise routines, diet, things like that. Maybe even trying to get out and enjoy yourself a little bit more with friends if you've been working really hard. We've got the 8 of Wands here. So this tells me that some of you may be thinking about having a vacation or a quick trip, or you've already booked that and it's going to be occurring in August. I mean, it tends to be the time period where most people sort of book little vacations and things, but because you got that 8 of Wands, it does mean that you may be coming out of your comfort zone or traveling a little bit further afield. Now, there's some really great news headed your way, because the 8 of Wands is a card of speedy news coming on in, something that you will react to. It feels like something is coming to a climax for you, but it's helping you move into a new cycle. As you can see, the World card there has a victory wreath. So this is something that you're happy about. It's a transformative energy that shows you that your efforts are paying off and that things are coming full circle for you. I feel the month of August is going to be a case of being in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunities or the right people, okay? Also, with the World card, some of you may actually, I mean, these are 2 travel cards back to back. Some of you may be going abroad. You may go to another country for a vacation, or some of you are thinking about even relocating. You may be thinking of relocating home space or jobs, or even like moving further afield, out of state, out of town, maybe even across to another country. So I feel like there is this sense, this philosophical sense of where you belong and where you belong right now, because where we belong in this moment may not be where we feel like we belong long term. So I feel like you are actually looking at that and going beyond. I feel like you're having this visionary kind of energy where you're being very far-sighted. Let's look into the future. Where do I want to go? I get this energy of strategizing, okay? It's interesting that you've got 2 cycles back to back, because you've got the World card and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. They are cycles, and they're cycles of change for the better. but you have the Wheel of Fortune in the resistance position. So you may have felt recently that things have not gone in your favor, or you felt like you were out of luck in some areas. But actually these two cards, I mean, 2 9s, they tend to be all about caution or worry and things like that, and stop, look around, don't go too fast, but they're in the resistance position. So, you know, it's like I got it in the reverse, which means it's really positive. You know, worry ends, you know, you're breaking down walls. If anything's been holding you back, you're sort of removing the roadblocks. And I feel like it's time to take a break. If you've been feeling a little bit lonely recently or disconnected from people, friends, I see you actually, you know, reconnecting with people that you haven't seen for a while, or I just get this energy of isolation ends, or if you've been working really hard on something and having laser focus, I see you enjoying yourself a little bit more as the month goes on towards the second part of the month. Let's put it that way, okay? The Eight of Wands indicates fast movement. So this month in particular, you're going to be very productive in a really positive way, but you may feel, sometimes when we feel like things are happening too quickly, we feel like we're out of our comfort zone. Now, Virgo, you know, they always say earth elements, you know, they're grounded, they're practical, and of course there are elements of you that are that. But sometimes you love living life in the fast lane. You're the sort of person who works hard, plays hard, you know. So I feel like you are someone who is entering August a little bit like that. You're looking to play or dream even bigger, and I feel like your visions have purpose, and I feel there's this energy here of you arriving at your destination of wherever you're wanting to be. So if, for example, you're entering August with a goal in mind that you want to complete, by the time you leave August, you will have smashed it right out of the park, okay? I would say it's time for dreaming for you, especially, or making a wish. The time period sort of connects to that because we, of course, have that new moon energy and that full moon energy. The full moon energy in particular is the one where you're building this energy to uplift and achieve. And you've got the Star and the Nine of Cups. So that is wish fulfillment. The stars are aligning to bring you something that you've been hoping for. So don't give up. There may be a period where you felt a little bit confused or a little bit down. And remember, you are, and this has come up before in some of the readings collectively in the last couple of days, you are a sponge for energy, okay? Wherever you are, you're absorbing the energy around you. And you are also the sort of person who's very intuitive. You see what others do not see. You see the details. You're very good at noticing people's body language or what happens around you, even when you're focusing on something else. So just be mindful that also you're observing and absorbing. There, give me the two words. What a tongue twister for them to give me. Observing and absorbing the energy of the world. So if you've been feeling a little bit anxious because of what's going on around the world at the moment, I feel like you're starting to shift your focus onto other things where you feel you have a little bit more control of, and it makes you a little bit more happier, a little bit more peace of mind, okay? Not to say that you won't already, you'll still know what's going on in the world because you're the sort of person who likes to absorb knowledge and you like to know what's going on. So I feel like you're going to be able to do the two, okay? Now the Eight of Wands, as I said, something reaches a climax and it's really great news, okay? It's rushing in. And the Knave of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups, basically means there's either news about an offer to do something that you love or to connect with somebody that you love, okay? The Page of Cups is a card of either meeting new love if you're wanting to. There's an opportunity for you to meet somebody new when you're traveling or somewhere where you don't really frequent often. I feel like it's a new space that you meet someone new if you are looking for love. But this reading's not really about love. This is about you sort of like being open-hearted to opportunities. And remember to have fun, which, as I said, you work hard and play hard. So I feel like you do remember that. But recently, I feel you may have felt in a bit of a monotonous sort of repetitive cycle and you're yearning for a little bit more fun. So this is the protagonist energy. You are someone who brings a lot to the table of life, Virgo. Not only do you bring like your skills, your talents, your drive, your tenacity, and your commitment, but also you bring that lightheartedness, that fun, that wittiness. You've got such a witty conversation that actually not only lights up the room, but also is it sort of spurs people's synapses on to sort of like have a really powerful debate. And I feel like that's the sort of thing that you're going to be connecting to in the month of August with new people or even people around you. I just feel like there's a little bit more excitement and fun. I feel like you're approaching August, or at least in the second part of, well, I feel like it's the second week into the rest of of August in general. I feel like there's a little bit more enthusiasm for the rest of the month. Also, pay close attention to any dreams or images that you get, because this is a card, especially with these two together, this can be a card of you having like psychic flashes, okay? So pay close attention to your intuition. But with pages, they are messengers. So again, this is some really good news. It's almost like double good luck here for you, double good news. And it's something that's going to put a smile on your face, something that is a catalyst for change. These are two cards that are catalysts for change, and in a really positive way. So if you're not looking for romance, this could be like an ambitious turn in your career where either you are sort of connecting to a new project that's going to launch you to success, or this is about you moving on into a new arena in your workspace. And some of you may put your resumes out there and be looking for a new opportunity. There's one headed your way, because the Page of Cups says follow your heart, and there's an offer that will match your needs. So I feel like it's because of your charity work or your generosity of spirit, you're being bestowed some really good karma. Now, for those of you who are retired, I see a lot of you connecting to some sort of travel plans, and I also see some of you doing some volunteer work, perhaps, to keep your hand in doing something that you really love doing. Now, if you're wanting to turn that into financial reward, I feel like you're not really doing it for the finances, but I feel like finances will come from it. Just to let those who are retired know, I will be doing a separate reading for retirees, okay? And I was wondering if there's anything you'd like me to focus on, just pop it in the comments box below. I do read all the comments. I know there's like 500,000 of you out there. Not all of you are writing, but of course, you know, there's a lot of messages out there, and it takes me some time to get through them all, but I do get through them and I do read them, and I will implement your ideas into the reading so that I can in some way help you or inform through the readings, okay? So drop it in the comments box below if that's something that you're interested in, and I will get straight to it. But for the rest of you, I see you following your heart, and there's major transformation. I feel like you're eager to experience August, believe it or not. Now, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is in the resistance position, like I got it in the reverse. So I feel you may have felt a little bit stuck in a rut, or you may have felt like luck was not on your side, and that you're having to force a situation to make it work. But August actually is all about turning this energy into this energy. So I feel, make a wish, but it's more than that. I feel like you're getting some good luck. Finally, destiny is intervening to actually give you peace of mind. And you can't buy peace of mind. That's one of the most important things. Peace of mind and love. I know we all need money to pay bills and things like that. But of course, worry and stress and anxiety is, you know, is detrimental to the health space. So it's very important to know that actually you are going to have less worry, and you are going to feel a little bit more open to abundance, because there's actually some really good moments showing up in your world in August that you're going to be like happily surprised. This card is about like destiny meeting synchronicity. So you're going to see lots of like meaningful coincidences, like double numbers. They're not giving me any double numbers right now. Okay, as soon as I say that, they give me 1010, which also came up in another reading for another sign. Perhaps it was for Sagittarius, but I'll have to look that up. So maybe you've got Sagittarius placements. Doesn't have to be, but so 1010 is one of them. But you may notice double numbers that connect to you, but it's more than that. It's going to be like things just working out perfectly the way that you'd hoped. And perhaps if you're taking some sort of calculated risk in your world right now, whatever that may be, I feel like it works out in your favor, and it gives you a chance to dream even bigger than before. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is an energy of change a change of cycle, a change of fortune, and lots of possibilities to be open to you. Also, I get this energy of August being really, really random. Like suddenly a friend from the past just reaching out and say, hey, I've been thinking about you. And you're like, what? I haven't heard from you in like 6 years. Or, you bumping into like a colleague that you used to work with, an ex-colleague. Or, someone reaching out from the past saying, hey, I've got a job opportunity here. Because I do feel for those of you who do not have work right now, do not have a job, I feel like there is one coming on in that really connects to your heart. So if you've been worrying about currently being out of work, I do see one coming on in, and I feel like some of you may actually get a dream opportunity working from home, okay, because we got the Four of Wands here, which is all about the homecoming or the home space. So but I do feel that there's a little bit of nervousness about finances, which we'll get to in a moment. For those of you who are feeling like you've hit a glass ceiling, you've come to the end of a cycle in a workspace that you've been working in, there is a new opportunity coming on in. So if you put your resume out there, there is something coming on in. You're going to get some really great news. And I see by the end of August, you're going to be leaving August on a high, okay? The Nine of Swords, as I said, it's like it's in the reverse. So this means releasing any difficult situations or any like sleepless nights. I also feel like it's like releasing any anxiety and sort of like, it's like, when you think about a situation where you're like, oh, I'm so worried about it, you catastrophize about it, because it's better sometimes to worry about a situation of what could go wrong and be prepared for that rather than it take you unawares, because you're the sort of person, Virgo, that you are 5 or 6 moves ahead of the game of life. So you see every eventuality. You see what could go right in a situation, and you see what could go wrong in a situation. And you've always got a plan for the backup plan, for the backup plan, for the backup plan. So sometimes that can make you feel like, number one, you're in control, but at the same time, it can feel like you're catastrophizing because you're responding to a situation where you feel like you always have to protect yourself. Now, of course, there's a good and a bad side to that, which you are aware of because, of course, you're prepared for anything, because the Four of Wands can also be a card of preparation. But it's like, what you think about, you bring about. And sometimes it can have caused a little bit of anxiety in the first place. So if you've been feeling like you're worried about something, because I see the Nine of Wands as like overwork. And, I just get this energy of overwork of your mind, and give yourself a moment to breathe. Give yourself a moment to really stop and just take some time for you. I'm going to pull a quick card on this for you, because the Nine of Wands is a card of you being very, very strong. And you may have felt like the world has been on your shoulders recently. You may have felt like there's a lot of responsibility. Sometimes we just have to take a step back or stop to reevaluate our circumstances and ask ourselves, this thing that I'm worrying about, is it important? And if, of course, it is important, then you got to ask yourself, how can I find a solution to this so that it does not rob me of my peace of mind? Okay, we can all find solutions to things, and remember with that Four of Wands as well, you can connect to friends and family that really care about you. There are a lot of people, they're giving me this energy of warmth around you. It's almost like, I also see your guides, it's like they're huddled around you, your guides. You may have even felt that energy around you sometimes, where they just give me this energy of warmth around you. So please take that as it resonates. The Nine of Wands is a card of gaining insight before you take the next step, and that questioning is really good, especially in uncertain times. Okay, I feel like you're in this protective energy. So I'm just going to quickly pull a card on it. As soon as I went to get the deck, they're showing me an image in the water of a peacock feather. So peacock feather, now that's very precise. That's very difficult to find a peacock feather on your path, but you may do. It may be a symbol for you to look out for over the next 4 to 5 weeks. Peacock tail, well, it's a feather actually. Now, this could also be something that you can see right now, perhaps, or you will see, maybe you're going to see a peacock, but they're just showing me the feather on its own. Normally, they would actually see the whole peacock. So maybe this is, peacocks, they tend to be about, you know, having confidence, showing off your skills, being confident, which I know is easier said than done. But you may see like a peacock feather on a billboard, or I mean, you got the Nine of Wands in the reverse again. So I'm clarifying that, as I said, this is in the resistance position. So it's like I got it in the reverse, and your guides are showing me again the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So it's like whatever you've been struggling with, whatever you feel like you've been the wounded warrior in life with, that you've had to battle away, the battle gets easier. Even though the planetary alignments are very bumpy, you almost defy logic. There's one other sign that defies logic as well. And again, I think that's Sagittarius, where it's like you have things a little bit easier than the collective, okay? Maybe because you feel like you've always had to struggle in other areas. But this card in the reverse is like releasing the uncertainty, releasing the anxiety, releasing the difficulty, okay? It's almost like you're on the precipice of something really big. Now, either you've got some news that you are safeguarding, that you're not actually allowing anyone to know about, because I feel like there's like a secretive energy here. It's bringing a new start, whatever this is. The Ten of Swords. So you got the Nine of Swords there, okay? And it's in the reverse. The next one up is, of course, the Ten of Swords, which means it's over. The worry is over. It means there's a new start. New start, fresh new start with fresh peace of mind. You're moving on from a difficult situation. They want you to be aware of that, okay? Now, as we move into the end of the month, this is the outcome. You've got the Magician card. So your guides want you to be aware how talented you are at what you do, and also that you will be in control, especially if you've been feeling if you've been out of control, or as I said, you've had lack of focus recently. That's going to return to you, but also this vitality of spirit, this energy, this sort of like concentration to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do, especially with the World card. It's basically like you've got a goal that you want to focus on, you're moving forward towards it, you're putting your whole heart and soul into it, and you are giving it everything you've got. You may even be learning a little bit more about it so you can enhance your skills. And yes, it means a lot to you. So sometimes when things mean a lot to us, we get a little bit overcautious, or we get a little bit anxious. So I feel this is about you knowing that you will accomplish whatever it is you set out to do, because the Magician is about turning your visions into reality, and it is focusing your creativity, but it's also inspired action. So this is a card of you doing. It's a card of you having that inner power and the capability to sort of let your talent shine. I see a lot of you, whether you work for yourself or whether you work for a company, I see a lot of you sort of shining. I see a lot of you standing out from the crowd. I see a lot of you being recognized for your talents, for your skills. And this is a card of also having faith, remembering that you are making anything possible, but you're aligning yourself with your heart's desire. It's almost like they're asking you to explore your commitment by focusing on your dreams or goals, whatever it is you are trying to magnetize into your life. In order to get what you want, because the Magician card has that power to attract whatever you need, and you have everything you need within you to accomplish your goals and your dreams, patience and a wish, a little bit of luck. So we've got the Temperance card. You are really shaking things up, but it's also about re-examining your priorities. What's important to you? Someone said something to me a couple of days ago, which I was like, what? My guides are giving me the conversation I had with this person. So I'm guessing my guides want me to give you that conversation. But I'm not going to swear because the person said an expletive during it. But they told me the way they manage stress in their life is to manage their F's. I think they even said there was a book that they read called Manage Your F's. The F's stands for an expletive, just in case you're wondering what's an F. Okay, so it's a swear word. So to manage, basically you got to ask yourself, do I give a F about this? Maybe in this moment, but will it matter in 5 years' time? If the answer is no, then what's the problem? Why are you using energy that could be focused elsewhere? So my guides will give me that conversation right now. So it's gone in the water now. So it's obvious that they wanted me to give that to somebody out there. It means something. The Temperance card is, of course, about patience, but it's more than that. It's about balance, being in harmony. It's about recognizing that you're really shaking things up, that you're moving closer to the thing that you want or that you require in life. You're actually aligning yourself with your purpose, okay? But you're mixing things up in order to create something really special. And whatever that is, it is a dream come true with the Nine of Cups. So this is about achievement of desire. It's about you being really proud of your accomplishment. You're going to look back on August as a really positive month because you've put yourself in a really good position. This card is a card of contentment, satisfaction, pleasure, and enjoying life. Because you may have felt like you have not been enjoying life recently, but it's also a card of success, okay? You've got loads of cards of success, I've got to say it. You've got the World card, you've got the Eight of Wands, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which you're turning your energy around for the positive. You've got the Magician card, you've got the Temperance, and the Nine of Cups. You've also got the Star. All these cards point towards a really positive experience in the month of August, but there's always like an energy here to come. It's almost like you get the full balanced, you get the moon and the star. So the moon is an energy of fear sometimes, but it's also about using your intuition, having that inner awareness to tap into for answers, okay? So that's why I see you sort of taking a step back with your 11th house, that sensitive part of your chart, you know, really connecting to those fears, releasing them, but also being really philosophical about what you want. The Moon card indicates that there is a surprise opportunity popping out of nowhere, things just coming to the surface when you were least expecting them, especially with that Wheel of Fortune, which also means surprise. A good surprise is headed your way. So I feel like there is opportunity lying in the shadows that you're not even aware of yet, that you're actually going to be really excited about as we leave August. Also, the Moon card is about finding a path during uncertain times. So I see, even though some of you may be worried about money, for example, I mean, everything's going up. There's lots of inflation. Everything's going crazy in the world right now. So of course, everybody collectively is feeling a little bit anxious and trying to put themselves in a really good position. And Virgo, you're no different. I see you putting yourself in a really good position, shuffling finances around, but I also see you sort of finding a solution to something that you've been wrestling with for a while. The Moon card is also a reminder, especially since you have the Moon and you have the Star, it's a reminder that you have an inner power and an inner light, okay? A lot of you are light beings, light workers, but you have an inner power that a lot of people gravitate towards, my beautiful Virgo, okay? So Moon energy, the Moon needs something else to shine. Okay, the Moon cannot shine all by itself. So you may find that people gravitate towards your energy like energy vampires. You know, the sun shines all by itself. A star, you know, it burns off the gases. It shines all by itself. But then you've got maybe, I hope I'm not wrong on that, but I may be. So, you know, please correct me if I am wrong about the star shining all by itself. But the Moon needs the sun in order to shine any light. So I feel like you're cutting out any energy vampires, you're finding balance, and you're sort of like putting your own needs first in a really positive way, okay? I feel like this is a month of empowerment. Now we have the Four of Wands, so I see you enjoying yourself a little bit more, getting out there, having revelry and good company where you can connect to people in similar vibrations as you, enjoying the pleasures of life. I also see you being a little bit more creative and using your talents to really express yourself. The Four of Wands is like, it's next to the Two of Swords here and the Five of Pentacles. So I see you being prepared or getting prepared to, it's almost like you're battening down the hatches. I see you getting prepared to protect your finances, to make sure that you have enough. Okay, because you can see a time of lack, or you can see a time of hardship in the future. That may not be your own personal hardship, but I feel like you're not being frivolous with your finances. I feel like you are putting yourself in a position to protect your finances. That's what I see here, okay? But the Four of Wands is also about enjoying yourself, not spending too much, but at the same time, you know, connecting to that energy of celebration, peace, serenity. This can also be a card of getting a bit of rest, but with the right people. So I see also perhaps some people from, as I said, your past reaching out to enjoy your company. Two of Swords means you need to take a break, okay? You need to consider your options. You also need to get a bit of a rest. Take some time out, because in a peaceful state of mind, that's when we find answers that we've been seeking. We find solutions to problems. Especially, I would pay close attention to your daydreams as well. Anything that you feel like, oh, you went off into a daydream, sometimes we get answers in those moments. I'm going to pull a card on the Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is worry about finances, okay? It's also a card of feeling like sadness, that there has been, you've been longing for something that you feel has been missing from your world. And I feel like you are making a wish to change those circumstances. You will, because your wish is granted. But I see with this Five of Pentacles that you may have felt shut out in some way. So for example, if you're in a workspace where there's cliques and you feel like you don't fit in, I feel like you will find your soul tribe elsewhere. Maybe in the same company or maybe in another company. I just get this energy more that you're turning your luck around and you're refocusing what's important to you and you're moving forward. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Three of Wands, other opportunities. There are golden opportunities headed your way. If you've been wondering if you're on the right path, the answer is yes. Even if you've been going through a difficult time, it may not feel like you're on the right path, but you're actually aligning yourself with harmony and also with your heart's desire. There are opportunities headed your way. This particular card is really important, okay, because the Three of Wands is actually a card of wait and observe. Have patience, don't rush into anything. Now, it could be that you're being very enterprising in business, but it's almost like you're noticing things that are in delay. Or you're noticing things that, oh wow, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful. Now this is not going to resonate for everyone. I'm not even sure if I should say this, but they just show me like a supermarket shelf and things that are not on the shelf. So I don't really know what, well, I kind of guess what they're trying to hint at there, but I feel like you may be noticing things that are like having shipping problems, for example, that are not showing up on the shelves and things like that. So you may be actually like noticing those things and maybe taking inventory and stocking up on things that you like, for example. I'm going to leave that there because that's very precise and it's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. But they're giving this indication that everything's okay. Everything's going to be okay. The stars are aligning to bring you what you need. Six of Pentacles, yeah, the universe is going to help you out, lend a helping hand here. Six of Pentacles is all about balance. And when you get this card, it's like an unexpected resource or a surprise from the universe, a generous surprise. It tends to be a financial surprise. So if we got Five of Pentacles here, this is what I'm clarifying. You know, if you're worried about finances, there's an opportunity showing up for you, a new opportunity, that one that you've been waiting for, that brings more money or a more balanced money. For some of you, I see you shuffling your finances around to make it work. And I do see you actually saving a little bit more money than usual this month. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Page of Cups in the reverse. Now, Page of Cups in reverse can also mean don't live beyond your means, or it can also mean that there's someone here that perhaps you separated from and they're returning, because we've got the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is someone returning from your past. I've already picked up on this person's energy. So there's definitely someone that either you used to know and you used to have feelings for this person, or you had a relationship with this person. Nine of Swords again in the reverse. Okay. You may celebrate this person's return. They may show up as a friend. This person... Now, it could be that there's a friend from your past coming into your present, and this person has romantic designs on you, Virgo. Now, I'm not sure, I'll see how you feel about this person, but I see this person from your past that's coming towards you. They miss you because they actually have feelings for you, okay? Whether they've expressed this or not, I feel like they have not expressed this, and they come back in wanting to be your friend, etc., and you love that, but they also, I feel like they have some sort of romantic connection or romantic idea. How does my beautiful Virgo feel about this? Ace of Swords. Oh, okay. So, you know, you'd like to talk to this person, you know, open up to this person. I feel like you know that this person has feelings for you because the Ace of Swords is clarity. The World card. Maybe some sort of unfinished business here with you and this person. So I feel like both of you get to have a conversation and hash it out. With the World card in the reverse is like unfinished business. So I feel you can heal a rift with this person, or you can heal this connection should you want to. Now with the star energy ending the month, this is about success, but it's also about hope, calmness, and optimism. So I feel you're going to use your gifts, your skills to put yourself in a really good position. But also, I feel like you're going to be inspired. You're going to leave the month inspired. And if you've been having any confusion on something, you find a solution to it and you see things really clearly. Now, they also show me a rhino in the water right now. I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. So they show me a rhino. So either a rhino will be, I mean, rhinos are very tenacious, okay? Quite placid creatures, but they tend to, you know, be very territorial. Also, they're tough. They're unfortunately, they're sought after for their ivory. I absolutely find that disgusting and hate that. So this could be that you are someone who has taken a very difficult journey, and you're very, very strong, and you're tenacious, and you are sought after for your skills. But don't let anyone take advantage of you, okay? So just be mindful of that, especially since we've got that moon energy and the star, you know, don't let anyone take advantage of you, which you would never do, my beautiful Virgo. But, you know, when some people try, especially in the workspace, you know, you're really good at what you do, and then someone says, hey, Virgo, can you help me out with this? You know, I got a lot on right now. Could you just, and you're like, yeah, sure, no problem. Then they come back again, and you're like, I got some of my own work to do. And they're like, yeah, but I've got to do this, this, and this. Could you just catch the slack this time around? And you're like, okay, but if you ever need a favor, that person's like, gone, evaporated. They're nowhere to be seen. So this card is a card of farsightedness as well. So I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position for September. And they're giving me the new beginning. They're giving me this energy of new beginning for you. Everything seems to be new beginning. So either it's a new beginning in work or in friendships or in, because I see some of you actually doing some volunteer work as well, some charity work. And I feel like you could meet love there if you're looking for it. If you're not, I see you actually making a really good contact for work. But it could also be you make a friend for life at this person, at this place rather, okay? But I see you being in control in a really positive way, not an egotistical way, okay? I'm just going to get some final cards before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, right now, I'm hearing an alarm going off, okay? I'm hearing an alarm. So either that's like a wake-up call energy for you, or they want me to go 4 of these. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? Okay. So either you've just been listening to this and your alarm went off, or you heard an alarm outside. They're just showing me an alarm. So this can also be, you know, alarms can be like to highlight something. Maybe something gets highlighted to you, or maybe you feel like you need to change the batteries in your alarm, or because I feel your August is actually positive. I don't feel like there's any cause for alarm. I feel like you're the sort of person who's protected yourself against all of eventualities. So yeah, I'm not really sure how the alarm connects to your reading. So perhaps it's something that you can hear. So I'm picking up on the energy and I can hear it too. So we got White Stag, Protector. And it says here, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you to where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic, okay? So whatever it is that you've been sort of trying to achieve, or whatever it is that you've been, protecting your position, I feel like you're actually going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to. And it says Polar Bear, Mystic. And it says, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Now that all got picked up on in this reading. So I would definitely say pay close attention to your visions. You may have psychic flashes, but also you're strong enough to take the journey you were given. Okay, but things do get easier for you in the month of August, despite the planetary alignments. And we've got Penguin Authentic. And it says, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face a storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from other people's expectations. Just be yourself. I always feel like, Virgo, you are yourself. So whenever I get this card for a Virgo, I'm like, I think they're already being really authentic. I love that you can ask Virgo a question and they will always give you an honest answer. And sometimes it's really blunt. And as a Scorpio, I really appreciate that. And I really love that and respect it. So, some people, you ask them the truth and they kind of, they drive around the houses to not hurt your feelings, and which is also nice. But at the same time, you're like, just give it to me straight, right? Just give it to me straight. And Virgos, they do that. So we got Unicorn, Infinite Possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary. Become the legendary. That's definitely what you're doing, actually. Going from the ordinary, becoming the legendary. So, I mean, a lot of you are stepping into the spotlight with that star energy. You may even feel that you are awarded at work, or headhunted in some way for a position. With the star energy, if, for example, you are an influencer online or thinking about being an entrepreneur, setting up your own business, or you have your own business, I feel like people are going to gravitate towards you. For some of you who want to be like in the public eye, whether that's on a more local scale in your community or whether that's on the public stage, I actually see you standing out and getting a dream job or a dream opportunity to showcase your skills. This month for you, my beautiful Virgo, is all about showcasing your skills. And I mean, peacocks, when it showed up, the peacock feather, peacocks, they're all about like showing off what they got, right? And that's not normally something that you do, my beautiful Virgo, but this month in particular, it's important, especially since as we leave, Leo season behind, we embrace your season too. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Anything more my beautiful Virgo need to know regarding the month ahead? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them? They said 6. I can't believe it. It's weird. Normally I would like take maybe maximum 4, but they're asking for 6. 6 is the number of balance, they just said. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Okay, so the first card we got here is be your best self always. Okay, and number 24, when you reduce it, it's 6. Okay, so that's the number of balance, of course, as my guide said. Also, there's a seahorse here. Seahorses, they represent soulmate energy. So if you are looking for love, I feel like an event that you are invited to, that you have to travel to, is somewhere where you can blend with the crowd and meet your soulmate. I just get this energy of that, okay? But be your best self always. Virgo, you always are your best self, okay? So part of me says, don't change, don't change. You're always your best self, okay? We've also got clear endeavor. So that is, of course, the path is being cleared for you to create your destiny and move towards whatever it is you set out to do. Also, there's another polar bear right there. So polar bears may be a signal to you that there is really good news headed your way. Okay, right now they're showing me a mint. Okay, they're showing me like a wrapper. This is like old school candy. I don't even know if this exists anymore. They're showing me like, is it a glacier mint? Okay, now I want to say that a polar bear is a logo for that. I'm going to have to look that up. I can't tell you, but maybe that's something that's important. Maybe it's about keeping your cool over the next August, so the next couple of weeks through August. Maybe if that candy still exists, you're having one of those right now, or maybe you see an advertisement for it. Please take it as it resonates. Polar bears, yeah, look out for that, okay? But clear endeavor, and it's number 39. When you reduce it, of course, 3 plus 9 is 12. Something you waited for or you've been waiting for is showing up for you. We've also got number 14, assurance. So as you can see, the roots are clearly planted and your guides are with you. As I said, they're huddled around you. But as you can see here, it's like a tree of like ancestors, and there's all these roots, and it's assurance. You're going to get symbols from your guides over the next 4 to 5 weeks that they're assuring you all will be well. There's nothing to worry about. Release your worry, release your fear, okay? You are protected. And number 14, of course, is that temperance energy. We've got show your support. So number 40. Show your support. Now, whenever we show our support for other people, they never forget it, okay? Whenever anyone has done me a good turn in life and they've never wanted anything back, I've always remembered that person, and I've always made sure that in some way I repay the favor. Not because it's like a favor for a favor, but whenever I feel that person's in need, I'm like, hey, I'm here. So I feel like, you know, if we all supported each other and just lent on each other and were like huddled together in the storm, we could be capable of quite amazing things. You know, we can all stick together throughout difficulty and adversity, and all of us together can make some noise. So I feel showing your support for those in your life, you know, it just amplifies that oneness, and that everybody comes together and helps each other. So I feel showing support is important. Again, as well, I get this energy that you're going to do some sort of volunteer work, or you're going to do some sort of charity work, which I feel you do anyway, my beautiful Virgo, but showing your support is like showing up. So I feel that is something that will be rewarded in the month of August. We've also got catch your breath. So they really want you to take some time for you. And, you know, there's going to be major changes. That's a given, and that's in our lifetime. It's been happening for the last 18 months. There's definitely going to be some changes, but I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position to weather the storm, okay? So I'll just put it that way. And we've also got celebrate differences. So as you can see, beautiful dolphin there. Dolphins always represent having fun, open-heartedness, and that's something that you're going to embrace. And I mean, we got a unicorn as well. So unicorns represent the infinite possibilities. So that's showing up for you as well. See, you are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen world. It's so important, Virgo. You trust your intuition, because you can see when something's off. You can see below the surface. You can see the undercurrent of the world as well at large. And maybe that's what was causing you a little bit of anxiety. But no, be assured that all will be well. Take some time out to have a little bit of fun. I hope something resonated in that reading. It was very complex and at moments very, very interesting and deep. Let's put it that way. Okay, so we got the guitar as a final symbol from spirit. Now this can be listen to more music. It will raise your vibrations, but also some of you may actually picked up a guitar if you play one and you haven't picked it up for years. Some of you may decide suddenly that you want to learn the guitar, but this is also about raising your vibrations and healing, because we've got 2 stars here on the guitar as well. Some of you may be musicians and you're stepping into the spotlight. You're doing something creative. It doesn't have to be music, but it can be that you're creating something and you're recognized for it, or you're going to be very successful for it. They've actually given me the word successful. I wish you could see what I can see, because when I'm scrying, the words pop up. It's almost like a movie. It just comes forward, and they literally gave the word successful. So very, very positive that you got that word come through as well. They want me to put this on star energy, so I will. Hope something resonates here. Major clarity for you on something that maybe you've been wrestling with for a while. And I see that, you know, worry is dissipated and there's a little bit more peace of mind as we move throughout August. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Virgo. If something resonates, great. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It's completely free for you. All you have to do is press the little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo. Love and light.